And I will be presenting on process improvement regarding customer service within an organization. I have identified that the problem within the organization is that patient satisfaction scores are low. The data that has been gathered through Press Ganey scores have identified that we are not providing the best customer service to our patients and their parents. This is a subject that has to be directly addressed and change has to be implemented immediately. In order to identify who this issue concerns, we first have to identify our stakeholders. Within any organization, we have stakeholders. According to Jacobs, stakeholders are those individuals or organizations that are influenced either directly or indirectly by the actions of the firm. With that definition, we recognize that the organization itself, the executive director, the physicians, and the practice managers are all affected by ineffective customer service. As you can see here, I've identified what areas need attention. As you can see, patients and stakeholders definitely need to be kept satisfied. The staff need to be managed closely, and customer service ratings need to be monitored. And we always want to keep our stakeholders informed of the situation. The proposed solution for this identified problem is definitely to reinvest in the staff and execute accountability. In any identified issue, it is important to hold the individuals accountable for their actions. But most importantly, it is important to exemplify the type of customer service you want to provide to the patients and their parents. So, as you can see, bullet one is to exemplify from the top down. That embodies the practice managers, the executive directors, and anyone above the staff that have direct contact with the patient. Once you identify the individuals or department that is directly affecting your customer service scores, you can let them know of the feedback that you have gathered from parents and why these scores are unsatisfactory. Of course, once these problems have been identified, the most effective way to go about changing this behavior is to train. Once you train, you set those expectations. Within this organization, it is pertinent to again hold the individuals accountable. So once you set those expectations, the best thing to do would also be to have the staff sign agreements that they understand the expectations from here forward. Timeline. Data is usually returned to the organization within a month of the patient's visit. Ideally, it would be best if the information was gathered same day. So, in regards to timeline, you're receiving the data approximately a month after the patient has had their visit. That information could be reviewed and shared within a month and a day. And you can also identify those problems immediately after receiving that data. Once that data has been received, it is important to share those results with your stakeholders. For example, the executive directors, the practice managers, anyone who this directly affects, especially the reputation of the organization. One key to this timeline is service recovery. What service recovery means is to reach out to those families who gave you negative feedback and see what they suggest you can do to change the behavior. Once you've received that information, it's important to develop your process improvement and also include your service excellence team. A service excellence team is a team that is a part of the organization that works to embody the culture of that organization and provide the best customer service possible. I reiterate that it's important to work from top down. And the reason why I reiterate this and emphasize is because anytime staff are directly involved with patients, it's also important that they see from the top down that internal customer service is great so that they embody that, and this spills over into the customer relations. Um, with that being said, from the top down, we would also go back and retrain on customer service approach and be able to not only exemplify and embody, but also just teach our staff not only are our external customers important, but so are our internal customers. Once we are able to give that feedback, exemplify what we expect of the staff, and those agreements are signed, we can go ahead and implement. The reason why I say a 45-day time frame is to give the opportunity to gather the data, identify the problems, share the results with the upper management staff, provide some service recovery, and go back and retrain from the top down. Once that implementation process has begun, I think that results would be available within a 45-day time frame from item 1 through 6. Execution. Once those steps have been followed, monitoring patient surveys will be your key identifier if the steps that have been taken have changed the outcome of patient satisfaction. Required education would also be a great tool for the staff to continue helping them to understand why customer service is important. Also, public recognition of outstanding customer service also gives the staff that feedback of, we see that you are doing an excellent job and we want your peers to do the same. Provide monthly updates on the survey data as it comes in, not only with the staff, but also with upper management so that they can see where we are excelling and areas that we still may need improvement upon. Again, my name is Ebony Williams. This PowerPoint was to go over a problem that was identified within a healthcare organization where customer service really needs to be revamped. Again, all of the steps that I feel would be necessary to get the organization where it would like to be. Thank you.